As we discussed in last week's installment, I'm calling the shots in terms of episode order as we approach the end of Season 2. And since we got an episode focusing on the newly created aerial bots last week, I thought it was only fair that we do one featuring the Stunticons next. You know, equal time and all that. We open someplace in the Middle East. You can tell because some dude swears, "By the beard of the Prophet," as Megatron threatens to beat him up. Yeah, can't we go back to Megatron being an intergalactic gangster? That's a lot cooler than roughing up humans in... oh, Turkey. We're in Istanbul. Alright then. Apparently he's seeking something called the Pearl of Bahudin, which sounds dirty to me for reasons I can't really explain. They find the approximate location of the thing, but the ground ends up being far too vast for them to excavate in any reasonable amount of time. So Scary Megatron vows to find an archaeologist. So hey, what are the Autobots up to anyway? Oh, here they are in Paris, about to participate in a race to benefit charity. So those are our choices? Archaeologists for evil or a tour across Europe to earn money for whatever it was we cared about in the 80s? Boring. Oh, and then to borrow a phrase from Penn Jillette, there's this asshole. His name's Augie Canay. He's a race car driver, and he's really pissed off that he has to race against robots, which seems like a sensible complaint, but...
there's only one charity I care about, me.
Yeah, kind of a jerk. So maybe this episode won't be so boring after all. I like jerks. Augie drives a car so advanced that Prime is worried it'll attract Decepticon attention. Example number 800 or so of primitive Earth technology somehow dazzling this race of self-aware robots. Anyway, so that's why the Autobots are really here, because cock-blocking Megatron is the only charity they care about. I will at least give a little credit here. Apart from Bumblebee, all the Autobots competing in the race are actually race cars or fast sports cars. They didn't bring the minivan or the ambulance with them this time. Meanwhile, Megatron uses his awesome powers of evil to intimidate a professor with a metal detector into finding this pearl thing he's after. And the guy manages to escape anyway. Also, he sends the Stunticons to ensure the Autobots don't make it to the finish line. But they're busy enough already, threatening to beat up Augie because he's winning. Wow, maybe I underestimated these guys. That's actually pretty cool. The Stunticons do a decent job roughing up the Autobots. This is one of those times where some cool action stuff happens that I can't make a lot of stupid jokes about, though. Just take my word for it. The important thing is, Megatron built this team of cars to fuck up the Autobots, and they do not disappoint. Smokescreen doesn't even get a chance to do his stupid trick. Blue Streak? I think that's Blue Streak. I have the same trouble with him and Prowl as I do with Skywarp and Thundercracker. But yes, Blue Streak. He conveniently runs into Megatron's escaped hostage. He threatens to reveal what all this Pearl of Bahudin business is about, but thankfully we cut away from him before we can learn any crucial plot points. Phew. Meanwhile, Bumblebee and Trax are somehow the only two Autobots left in the race. Assuming the Decepticons must be there to wreak havoc on Augie's car, they do the sensible thing and run and hide. The Stunticons meet up with Augie and very delicately lead him out of the vehicle, then carefully load the vehicle into Motormaster's trailer. So as of this moment, Bumblebee has been more of a threat to this guy than the badass new team of Decepticons. Blue Streak offers to help Augie get his car back, but only if he promises not to win the race. Man, these guys really know how to hold a grudge. So the three remaining guys speed through the finish line and continue driving, and they show up just in time to see Megatron dig up a Fabergé egg, apparently. So I guess it's the core of a Cybertronian weather-controlling machine, which somehow crashed to Earth. Okay, we're really starting to get carried away with all this retconning. This is about the 6th time we've been asked to believe that something happened in the pilot that never actually occurred on screen. But whatever. Weather-controlling device is definitely something we can relate to. That's standard supervillainy right there. Conveniently, the metal in Augie's super awesome race car is exactly the thing Megatron needs to build a machine to house the Pearl. Huh, convenient. Wait. Hold on a minute. Why would they need a weather-controlling device on Cybertron? Apart from that one utterly nonsensical time that they had acid rain, there is no weather on Cybertron. Who built this exactly? And to what end? No time for that now! In the ensuing fracas, Megatron just stands still with the Pearl in his extended hand so Bumblebee can just snatch it away from him. Man, this is just everybody's lucky day, isn't it? Bumblebee uses the thing to control the weather, which is kind of the lamest superpower there is, and manages to do a little damage. But uh-oh, some guys are merging into one big guy, and it isn't the Constructicons, it's the Stunticons, so they might actually have a chance of taking the thing back. And in fact, he actually does break the thing free, and even manages to shake off the Autobots' clever plan of luring him into a hole in the ground, a plan that almost certainly would have taken out Devastator, but he ends up being defeated by Augie's car, which explodes in his face. That's right, Menassor's face literally explodes. I can't believe I pretended to fall asleep earlier. I take it back. Oh, huh. Turns out Megatron arranged the race deliberately to get a hold of Augie's car, right near where he knew he'd need it. So, I also take the thing back about coincidences. Man, I should really stop second-guessing David Wise. That dude knows what's what.
And now it's time to check in with my viewer mail. Duncan Bosco writes, who is your favorite Autobot?
Blaster.
Correct. Your favorite Decepticon?
Starscream.
Correct. What were your thoughts about the 2007 Transformers movie?
I thought it was pretty terrible.
Correct. Are you excited about the sequel?
Zero. Zero excited.
Correct. How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
I do not understand the question.
I would never reveal his whereabouts to hoodlums such as you. I think you will. 1024 Draymond Street, behind the herb vendor shop next to the Mosque of Sultan Selim.